Hey fam, hey family. I was trying to wait um till Aunt Mo and them come on. I don't know, and there's some people on my TikTok Baltimore. I don't know if Aunt Mo and them like in another city and our timing is off, you know. Uh but I know they supposed to been coming on doing like a Bible study. So I was trying to wait to see if they come on. I haven't seen them yet. So our standard time might be off. But anyway, this is Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve, I just got your message, B. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation. Y'all not drink my Diet Pepsi and it give me the hiccups, right? Steve Copeland from the Couch Conversation Show. I'm bored. I'm bored. I am bored. But look, I was looking at this prompt the other day, right? On my, was it Aquaria? Was it Aquarium? But it talks about the veterans, right? It say, tell me I'm wrong, but no veterans should ever be homeless in the country they defend. It says no veteran should be homeless in the country they defend. I made a statement about this on one of my small prompts that I put up on TikTok, right? And I'm gonna just say, as a homeless advocate, right? It's a lot of our, and I'm gonna do the homeless vets as well. I'm gonna just do the homeless vets mainly. Slip through the cracks. It's a lot of our homeless vets, and when I say slip through the cracks, a lot of times when they are discharged, right? You know, most of them are dealing with PTSD and things of that nature because of what they experienced during their time. I'm gonna say across seas, right, or in the war, if they've been there long enough to have been in war, and they have seen a lot. That's all I'm basically trying to get to. And because of that, y'all know a lot of them, it's kind of hard for them to function back in life as normal as possible. So when they're discharged, a lot of them go under the radar. And I said earlier that a lot of our homeless individuals of members are dealing with PTSD. Then you got to look at the pride and the ego for them to really be strong enough to actually reach out for that support that they need. And I'm just saying this with y'all from dealing with homeless veterans myself. I'm not a veteran, but having a housing program where we work with homeless individuals and families. And it's truly heartbreaking when you have a lot of them that came through the system and they don't even get the proper treatment, mental health wise, that they need. And that's why a lot of them are out on the streets. Most of them will never be able to function on their own again. And I'm talking about the ones that's out on the streets. I'm going to say that's dealing with mental disorder. I can say PTSD, you get me? PTSD, the trauma, but I'm looking at the mental disorder as well. And not only that, from talking with a lot of our soldiers, right, or returning veterans, a lot of them went through hell, I'm going to use that word, as a child coming up that caused them to sign up for service anyway. So they went into the service with a lot of trauma from childhood too. The majority of them I talked to, they either was in abusive housing where their father, might have been a soldier, or in the army, in the service, might have been, I'm gonna say a roughneck for a better word, and came hard down on his children, mainly his sons. Some of them been through a lot of the same stuff that most individuals go through anyway. Childhood trauma, which they figured if they went into the service, it would help them to become stronger individuals. But they went in with a lot of trauma, and then they experienced even more trauma in there while in service, and they never got treated for the best way I can put it is psychological issues. We have a veteran center here in Baltimore City, downtown, near the post office. And I'm not going to mention one of the guys' name that I used to sponsor. I know he probably won't mind. I say I used to sponsor because number one, that's my best friend, point blank. We've been knowing each other I've been clean 33, so I've been knowing him for at least every bit of 32 years since I first came around, right? I'm thinking I had a year clean when I met him, but I'm saying 32. And we grew up through this process. He in the ministry, I'm in the ministry. I watched him go in and out of being treated for his mental illness, for his PTSD. I watched him. I watched him struggle with staying clean. But no matter what, I never gave up on him. I never turned my back on him. And if he's looking, he know what I'm talking about. And that's one thing I learned to do throughout these years, family. I don't look down on nobody. I don't turn my back on nobody. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I don't care what your political beliefs is. I don't care about none of that. I like to get to know the individual. I want to know the individual. So as I look at the work that we do, when it comes to helping our homeless and less fortunate people, then when I look at we fighting against a system. Got a stranger in the house. Mute up for me, Ed. Ed, mute up. I asked you to mute up. And I wanted to talk about this, right? And because when I talk about dealing with homeless and less fortunate women and children, that's my specialty, the women and the children. But we also work with the veterans as well. We work with our disabled. We work with our senior citizens. Doesn't matter your culture. That's why when y'all hear me say things like, you might hear people say the system, like, I'm going to just say it straight out. A lot of people say the system is oppressing the Black population. No, it's not all Black people. And y'all truly, truly gets me every time you say it. Because we'll make it so personal for ourselves, right? And not knowing that there are other cultures out there, other groups and ethnicities, right? If I'm saying it right, that needs the system just as much as Black people do. And the only reason why I can say that, because I deal with the system, along with Communities United, along with the ACLU. If you don't know who the ACLU is, that's the American Civil Liberty Union. They are like the NAACP. Communities United is the Baltimore branch of the Center for Popular Democracy. They fight for your civil rights, equal rights, and constitutional rights, but not just Black people. Now, because Communities United, one of their headquarters is in Baltimore City, they fight for the Constitution, they fight for the democracy of the Black people in Baltimore City. So I call Communities United the baby branch of the NAACP. I call them the baby branch because you know the NAACP is the big one, but I call them the baby branch of the NAACP because they fight for our democracy here in Baltimore City. And a lot of y'all know, being a part of Communities United, I was one of the ones that helped them get that $15 minimum wage bill passed. I spoke on it twice, once here and once in Annapolis, and we got it passed. We even got that bill passed for slumlords to become licensed landlords. This is the type of work that Communities United do in Baltimore City. A lot of people that lives in Section 8 live in government houses and all this type of stuff, right? Don't know that tenants have rights as well. They was one of the people, Community United and a bunch of other organizations, and this just popped in my head, family. They was part of the group that sued HUD Housing for a lot of the maintenance men actually messing around with the women. And you know, some years ago, they sued HUD Housing and got millions for people that the maintenance men took advantage of. In Baltimore City, y'all remember that? I think during that time, I was just coming into Communities United. And not only Marlo Hargrove and them, and you know Marlo Hargrove is the FACE program, right? For returning citizens. And they fought this bill for criminals, felons, period. Felons, period. Criminals, period. Can vote now. They got that bill passed. See, I'm only sharing this stuff, y'all. It's just popping in my head. But for a lot of people that think certain things we haven't accomplished, it's not true. Even women, we fight for women equal rights as well. But if you're not involved in these type of organizations, community, you know, human rights organization, civil rights organizations, you know, I'm trying to get to like the NAACP. If you're not in these type of organizations, and I'm talking about like the women, right? Because women have just as much rights as the men or any other race. Keep in mind, I'm talking about our Black women. One, you got to believe it within yourself. You have equal rights too. Now, guess where I'm getting ready to go with it? You got to get out and fight for your rights. If you sitting back and steady complaining, it's going to just be a slow process. It's going to continue being a slow process because it's the people that has to fight for the changes that they want within the laws. If they creating certain bills to hinder the human being, and I'm talking about the women as well. Just like with the AB. And I know a lot of women got upset because number one, y'all have the right to do what you want with your body. I don't care who like it. That's your body. And you have the right to do what you want with your body. So once that bill got passed, my thing is I was trying to wait to see how long do we have to wait before we can get it ratified. You don't know what that is? That's to get the bill amended. But y'all will sit up here, you listen to all these fake so-called politicians or whatever, right? And I'm not talking about the regular politicians, but the so-called politicians. So I made that comment on a platform I was on. And the guy said the moment it got into law, we could have petitioned to get it ratified. Now, for a lot of y'all that don't understand, right, you got politicians that believes that the woman have the right to do what she want with her body. That's the politicians that you want to look for so they can create a bill. But they got to look at the amendment. They got to look at the amendments to ratify that bill. Did y'all know that? And then you submit it. But you got to get the backings of the people. But it's the people that has to find those type of politicians. The same way Marlo Hargrove and them was able to get that bill passed in Baltimore City for felons to be able to vote. So tell me you cannot ratify bills. Tell me you cannot amend bills. The point is, a lot of people just don't want to do the work to get it done. But you rather sit back and cry about it. And the reason why I'm saying that as a human rights advocate, as a person that deals with our politicians and the bills that they create, I didn't understand this until I became a part of Communities United. Any type of bills that they create to harm the individuals, we will fight not to get that bill into law. And if it do get into law, it's ground root organizations like myself that will create ways and means of slowing our people down from breaking the law. Because you know, if you break any laws they create, you go to prison. That's the whole point. And it doesn't have a color on it. If they create laws and you break them, you go to prison. If they create laws that benefit your life, then we still create programs that help you benefit from the bills that they create. It's your grassroots organizations that create solutions. Even if it's a bill, I was getting ready to say to crucify you, right? You know what I'm trying to say. Send you to prison. We create ways and means for you, prayerfully, not to break the laws, to send you to that big old slave plantation. Sometimes we might can't prevent it, but we can slow it down. You know what I'm saying? By creating solutions like intervention programs, a workforce development programs, anything that will help you to become a better individual towards that bill, right? That law that's created. Now, the same way, family, you hear how I'm talking when it comes to our veterans. And I'm talking about our homeless people. Because those are the ones that people like myself mainly deal with, like a Christine Flowers. You know, our homeless and less fortunate individual. You get me? Saddest part about it, most of your veterans, right, that I was getting ready to say retired, but most of your veterans that's homeless do get a pension. They do. You know they get, I'm gonna say, health insurance, because they can go back to the vet for services, medical services. So whenever we get a veteran or two, you have to sign them back up for certain things. You got to give them a counselor. I was getting ready to say PRP, you get me? Because that PRP is that personal counselor to help them put everything back in order. So if they don't have, like, say like their IDs, or if they have a worker, but the worker haven't reached out to them in a year or two, If you tell me you got a guy there gonna work and they didn't reach out to you, I'm calling. Give me that number. Give me that number. And see, I said like that just to let y'all know how serious I am about stuff. Keep playing with people. That's why people they end up getting played with from a lot of the workers. If you don't push them, the workers will be sloppy about their job. That's why when I was under that bridge, under I-83, I put that trailer under there with Christina Flowers. It was the office in that trailer for her, me, and whatever homeless counselor would come in and give people information and tell them I'm gonna help you, put you in say like housing in the next 3 months. But the 3 months that came and they not in housing. I wanted that number, so I had a way to call them and say, hey, Mr. Such and Such is trying to see what's going on with their housing. That's one of the reasons why I put that trailer under there. So that when the homeless, and I'm talking about homeless services, right? When their counselors will come out, and these are the same ones that work with the veterans as well, that will come out and get their information. Because the goal is to get them the proper help that they need. That's why I said you have a lot of them that slip through the cracks. So we normally catch the ones that slipping through the cracks. Because they will help a lot of them. Y'all already know that. But it's the ones that slipping through the cracks. And then you got workers, as long as they getting paid, they ain't really worried about helping the clients. Oops, I didn't mean to say that. But that's what it is, what it is, what it is. Ask the social workers. They know what they do. So the goal for me, under that bridge during that time, was to stay in touch with the workers. Not only that, if somebody from HUD housing came out, like a supervisor, counselor, to talk with them about getting them into housing. Once again, I wanted to know their information. I asked them stuff like, well, when do you think something will be available for them? You gave me a certain amount of time for them. And if they didn't hear anything from you, the goal was to reach back out to you. That's all it was. See, I hear a lot of people who talk a real good game. Why is you calling my phone? Who talks a real good game. Popcorn, you calling my phone. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How can I be calling when I'm on this app?
I'm sorry, that's not you. That's oh my God.
Now who you got in your phone call name my name?
That's Beatbox. Why would she call my goddamn phone and she was just up here?
Cause she's trying to get you to connect to she's on the thing.
I just can't. I was over there. I came over here. She came up here.
Yeah, she called me. And then Bible study is going right now too. So I shared it to you, so I don't know if you want to go over there. It's a lot going on. But she really want to talk to you about what she want to talk to you about. So I don't know if you ready to receive that, but that's up to you.
Nah, I was sitting here waiting. I was trying to see, did Aunt Mo, I was looking now, I see Aunt Mo now.
They all over there.
Right.
So what you want to do?
I see him now.
You want to go over there? Because I got the invite too.
I'm over here. I'll go over in a little bit. But I said our timing must have been off. Because I thought he said 7 o'clock.
He said 7:45.
All right. Yeah.
And then B-Box also wants to engage tonight too.
B-Box asked me for a time, and I told B-Box 3 o'clock.
Did she pick up the phone?
No. I messaged her. And I told her 3 o'clock. I told her give me a time so I can make sure I am ready. So what time? This was at 2 o'clock. I said, I guess 3 o'clock.
It says you're in the chat with them talking.
What said I'm in the chat? On what chat? Which one? Discord?
Yeah.
I'm not talking, but I did connect with it because I see her right there. And well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like it.
I know.
I don't like it because don't ask me.
It's an inconvenience. Yeah, I know.
Don't ask me what time, and I'm waiting for you, right? And I said 3 o'clock. It's after 8 now.
You want me to go over there with you, or it's Bible study? We got a couple of places to report to, but it's not an obligation. Bible study, and then B-Box. She's really leaning on you to engage with her about what she want to talk to you about on a personal level. And you want to come back to this later?
No, that means now I got to go and end my stuff, which I'm waiting on other people. And I'm not talking about Aunt Mo and them because
Kai, she's in another live right now.
Well, that's why I asked the person, if you're going to have a meeting, you the one do the time. You don't ask nobody else. You do the time, and those that can make it, make it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and end this.
B-Box, he's gonna come over there. He's gonna end the live, and he's gonna come over there. So we just figuring something out, because he said you said 3 o'clock. So I don't know.
No, she asked me what time. I told her 3. It was 2:18 at the time when I responded to that.
Okay.
Because by that time, it was just giving us time to connect on Discord.
Okay. Well, do you want to go over there, or what we doing?
I gotta end this stuff right here now.
Okay.
All right, B-More, love y'all.